money is like women. Women are good.
Money is like women.
Women are good, but the love of women is what's dangerous. Money is great, but the love of money is what is self-destructive. The man just said something that really struck good with me. He said, African churches are chasing after demons, are looking for demons, but he's looking for diamond. And if your dream is so small, your village people can put it in a bottle. But when your dream is so big, it's not going to fit into a bottle. They need a whole trailer. People believe that saving is the key to becoming rich.
Oh God!
So when we make money naturally, do you know where we'll go to? The bank.
Bank to go and save it. But I'm wondering how my listeners are feeling right now, because these are the keys, these are the basic things that can get you there. All you need to do is just pay attention. You know?
Pay attention and take action.
My name is Jahbless.
Thank you so much.
Hey bro, you're a brother now, so not be today.
Abby. So I was thinking, okay, for me, I know how I address you, as okay, you're a big brother, you're a mentor, you're a coach. But for the listeners, should I address you as a life coach or a business coach? Which direction should we go?
Business coach. Let's talk money.
The money is more important.
No, get your life together.
Yeah, so funny enough, it seems like out of all the equation, right?
Yeah.
If sales is not number one, if the money is not coming, every other thing is number two. I think that's the primary driver of everything, right? Or we still have some steps further back.
Money is dangerous if you don't sort yourself out and know who you are. Money can equally become dangerous. We started, so I can just start dropping gems.
About fire on. We are in already.
All right, cool. So, I mean, money is dangerous. That's why it's always good to work on the mind first and know who you are before you even start making money. Why do you want to make money? Money is not a god. Money is a slave. You send money on errands to go work for you. So a lot of times the misconception that we have is, the way that I try to explain this is, money is like women. Women are good.
Money is like women.
Women are good, but the love of women is what's dangerous. Money is great, but the love of money is what is self-destructive.
But how would you know something is great and you don't have to love it? Is it not natural when it's great you should naturally fall in love with it?
I think it has to do with purpose. That's why I said you have to know who you are first. If you know who you are, it changes the dynamics of things, because you see, perspective changes everything, and perspective is real. How you see things, is it half full or half empty? To answer your question, why do you love a woman, not why do you love women? Does that make sense? Why do you want money? So if you answer these questions and you find a deeper purpose, you would understand that these things are reward for the actions that you've taken in your life. And enjoying the reward is a great thing, but what you do to get it is really what I question. And that's where your person, your intent has to be cautioned or questioned, because it can destroy you. Power is good, but the love of power is dangerous.
Yeah.
Like there's a saying that says, when the power of love is greater than the love for power, the world will know peace.
And the power of love is greater than the love of power, the world will know peace. That sounds that's deep.
No, for
That's
real.
deep. I just think when it comes to money actually plays a different game, Baba. I mean, for me, I understand that having the money to intoxicate or control you might be, it's actually a bad thing if you cannot control the money, you know. But regardless, I love money, you know.
I,
um
I love money.
I know, I love money. And I think our understanding about money itself, especially that place that we grew up, you know,
Yes.
in Nigeria, you know,
Yes.
it is totally, I don't know the right word to use, but I think we misunderstand what money is 100%. And the reason why I said so is people actually value money than value itself. People value money than every other thing. People respect you because of the amount of money you have. You know, people are not really people don't really care about substance anymore. I'm not saying, when I say people, I'm not saying everybody, but most people, right? I think
Yes.
they believe that once you have money, and that is what we even glorify as a society. You know,
Yeah.
what you can afford, what you buy, what you drive. That's and I think changing the mindset of people thinking that, okay, this is the golden status. I'm a little bit on the line with it.
I'm glad that we're in alignment with that because for me, money is good. Let's not even speak this language.
Absolutely,
Money is not great. Money is the
absolutely.
best thing that can happen to you. The problem that people have, that I see a lot of people have, or the challenge that I see a lot of people have, is they they say they want to make money, but they let money make them.
Hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Most people find their competence and confidence when they have money. Most people speak to women when they have money. Most people can do and undo when they have money.
Money, yeah,
But how about we remove the money and we look at self development, and you can achieve those things without money to start with?
yeah,
When you can achieve those things, you realize that money is just a reward. Money is just a tool that you use to aggravate, that you use to exponentially affect things. But money is not the maker or the breaker. It has never been about money. Money makes you feel good. Money gives you confidence. I get it,
yeah.
but you can have all of those things if you work on yourself first. I am a strong believer that self development would continually, constantly, consistently make you money. But I know a lot of people that have been broken because they lost money. They were developing themselves with vanity metrics,
Yeah.
outward things that was controlling their lives instead of them controlling their lives.
Hmm.
So for me, is if you've never seen money before, you go, oh, I want to make all the money in the world. I get it. But when you make the money in the world, you realize that if you don't work on yourself, if you don't work on what you attract, if you don't work on the energy and the vibration that you get to the universe, the same
Hmm.
money will make you feel empty. It becomes lonely. You become lonely in the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's lonely at the top. So
Hmm.
money itself is awesome, but money will turn family to friends. Money will make you enemies real fast. Money will test you. Money is like marriage, man. They like
Hmm.
we can prepare you for it, but you still have to go live your own life. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
deal with curveballs that just you being in money is gonna pull your way. But
Yeah.
a lot of those things can be dodged. I think the biggest problem we have as a society is, first, as black people, most wealth is first or second generation. So we're still trying to understand, what money is about, how to keep money, and how to transfer money from one generation to another
To another.
generation.
Hmm.
And most of us came where the ones that went through the bad times. So what that means is bad times create trying situations, and those trying situations create great men, and great men create easy times, and easy times create terrible men, and terrible men create bad situations. Bad situations create bad times, and bad times now create great
It,
men again.
hmm.
So it's just a
The
circle of life.
circle. Yeah.
It's a circle of life. And we are the ones who came from the hood, to the groove.
Yeah.
So you remember the miracles in your life. You remember that moment that formed everything. You know, you remember you remember who you were with. You remember the change of friends, change of environment, and all of that. And if you're not careful, things like pride start setting in, and that's
Hmm.
something you gotta watch: ego and pride, because ego and pride will destroy you faster. Making money is actually easy. Keeping money is very hard, but
Yeah,
making money
it's
is
easy. Yeah.
easy.
It's
And this is what I say to a lot of people about making money. If you're not making money right now, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Just find somebody that makes money. The biggest problem that we have with making money is, let me say this: if you want to become a cook, who do you go to?
a
I'm
chef.
asking you. Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to become a barber, who do you go to?
You go to a well experienced barber to show you how to barb,
Awesome.
or you
So
go to a
while we
barbing
try,
school. Yeah.
so while we're trying to learn how to make money from friends and family that's equally as broke as us.
Ah, God bless you, Baba. God bless you. My last podcast, I was still saying it. I said, "How do you want to learn how to get rich from your poor parents? I expected them to teach you. It is insane. Like, I, I mean, my mom do advise me of. She do give me business ideas, business advice, and I laugh most times. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but don't worry. Don't worry. I got this. I know you you're not poor, but the level I am operating on, the kind of numbers I deal with, you don't have the experience. So
I'm
let me
telling you,
be. Yeah,
I'm
it's
telling
like
you.
going to Baba. It's like going to a 16-year-old for a marriage counseling. It's easy. What is what does he want to tell
No,
you?
no. It's like going to a newly wedded couple for married counseling
Counseling, right?
because they're married.
Yeah, and there's this. One of my mentors used to tell me that if you're if you're growing and you don't have a mentor,
Yes,
you are in trouble.
the biggest mistake
He
ever.
now said, if your mentor does not even have a mentor, does not have
You are in
a
bigger
mentor,
trouble.
you're even a bigger problem. Like,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, like you said, making money is easy. You just need the right people to show you, you
It's
know?
it's it's actually plug in. They just give you the steps and plug. And you know what's so beautiful about it? It's a science. It's not an art. It's a science. It's do this. Tobadevi, do this. Try this. When you try this, if it gives you this result, pull back. When you pull back, approach it like this and do this time. You're gonna get this result. And when you get that result, it can be applied systematically.
Hmm.
And you will get almost the same result at all times. So if people are smart, the first thing you want to do, and this is what I tell a lot of people. A lot of people with poor mindsets, what they do is, even when they need anything in life, the biggest question they ask is, the first question is, how do I get this?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are even people who have a better mindset. At least they're trying to ask the how questions. But you'll be shocked that 80% of the world, because it's really an 80-20 rule, what they ask is, what do I need to do to make money? Is a dumb question.
Hmm.
It leads you nowhere. It gets even more confused. The how is even the middle class people. They still try to figure out how. And in the quest for how, it leads to the ultimate question. So if you want to stay rich, become rich, be rich, you just have to learn how to ask the right question, which is, who do I have to meet to show me how to?
Hmm.
Who do I need right now? Even with your podcast, you want to set up things, you're learning how to do it, it's taking you longer, you're not getting to the results.
Yeah.
Who do I need to employ right now? Who do I, when you start asking the who question,
Yeah.
listen, you save a lot of time, you get to the results on
On
time,
time.
you get help faster, and you hold yourself accountable, or find people who can hold you accountable faster.
But I had a break on the podcast for like a couple of months.
Yes.
Especially from the beginning of this year. Um, because I was doing the podcast solely from Niger, right? But I wasn't getting the numbers I wanted.
Yeah.
And when I reached out to somebody that I know that makes 7 figures from
Mhm.
podcasting,
Yeah.
and we got talking, the first thing he told me, he said, first of all, you need to take a break. We need to restructure this properly, you know, from episode one, these are places where you can, these are other means where you can make money. This is where your hard money goes. This is where then it showed me a blueprint, and I felt okay. Now it's better. Now let me go back because now I've gone to learn what I was supposed to do in the beginning. So I understand what you're saying 100%. Look for somebody who has the experience, who has already spent the time. So that journey of 10 years will
Oh
take
my
you
God.
will take you
Yes.
2 months or 3 months, less than in some cases.
I mean, just to buttress what you're saying, I need everybody to understand that it doesn't matter what you're looking for in life. Whatever you need in life, you ask the right questions and you become a student of life. Learning from other people's experiences, you're definitely going to save a lot of time. Life is like a crossroad, and you're here at the bottom of the crossroad right now. And this is for your audience. It's like a Y. You're just at that V connection right there. So when you have that, what you're asking is, should I do this or should I do this? Should I go down this road or should I go down this road? What you need to look for is somebody who's been on this road, somebody who's gotten to the end of the road. It don't matter if they went on both roads. The fact is, they have an experience and they can tell you exactly what you would encounter, how you would feel, how long it's going to take you, and what steps to take to save yourself the trouble, to save yourself time, to save yourself money. You understand what I'm saying? So all you need is find somebody who's walking the walk and talking the talk. That's all you need. If you can find somebody who's walking the walk and talking the talk and have
on the high level,
great intent, you'll be fine. You want to make $100,000? Find somebody who's making $150,000. The person can show you how to get to $100,000. The biggest problem is people are not willing to improve themselves. They don't want to become the assets. They don't want to gain new skills. And the only way to gain new skills is to go through the 4 levels of learning.
4 levels
there's
of learning.
A point, yes, there's a point where you're learning that you are unconsciously incompetent. You don't even know that podcasting exists. You don't even know that driving takes skills. And there's a point in your life when you become a teenager or when you want to start a podcast, you become consciously incompetent. When you're consciously incompetent, it's the most uncomfortable stage. It's when they tell you stop. It's when they tell you don't do that. It's when they tell you apply brakes. And you're like, wait, I know what I'm doing. It's very uncomfortable. Nobody likes to be told what to do. But after that stage, it gets better. Because you know what happens? You become consciously competent. So at that point, I know I can drive. I don't need an assistant beside me. I know I can click the button, start a podcast, invite a guest, and have a conversation for 1 hour. That's what you did for the first year. Now, when you hit those numbers, you hit those metrics, you know the science, you know the algorithm, you know how to affect things, you now go to the fourth level. And that fourth level is when you become unconsciously incompetent. There are people who can just hop into a plane and just fly a plane like a bird, like they're just walking. So it's like a child.
Is that not supposed to be unconsciously competent?
No, I said, sorry, I said, did I say incompetent?
Yeah, you said
competent.
Yeah, unconsciously competent, yeah.
To drive to Canada, all we do is just GPS. We don't care if there's a mountain or a hill or whatever. I don't care what's on the road. I know I can take a car to Canada. I know I can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm unconsciously competent, right?
Competent, yes.
Yes, at that level, you're the master of the game. You can show anybody the hoops. You can show anybody whatever. You've been down that road too many times. And that's where you want to get to in life. And you know what's so crazy? The only uncomfortable stage is step 2, when you're consciously incompetent. If you can just get past that phase, if you can just repeat the process, if you can just come back and do it over and over again, you will gain competence, and competence leads to confidence. So stop looking for confidence. You want competence? You want to learn how to toast a woman? Go ask any woman out. Just be competent. Just get past that group. Little wins, little actions. Even if she says no, get used to taking no's. You want to get into sales? Just make an offer. Start by making an offer. They don't gotta take it, because you gotta understand something. If it's not working for you, it's working on you. It's not the day that you start.
Boss, you need to say that again. Say that one again.
If it's not working for you,
it's working on you.
That's
Mm.
why somebody can give you a plug right now. You've been an entrepreneur for many years, 15 years, 20 years in the game. Nothing really happened, but you went through a lot of disciplines. You went through betrayals. You went through living one country to another, living amongst cultures.
Yeah.
You went through learning different currencies and all of that languages. Now imagine taking 10, 15 years of
Mm.
information baked into your DNA and you're applying it to a system that works right now, a structured system. I remember when I wanted to be an entrepreneur, my father said, you got to learn how to read people. You got to learn how to read the room. I was wondering, is that a skill that I need to have? But with every deal, betrayals and everything, listen, it takes me 2 seconds right now to read through you because I've been there, I've lost. And I know the right questions to ask right
Ask.
now, I know what
Yeah.
to look out for, you know? So competence is what leads to confidence. What leads to competence is you being able to apply by taking action and you just repeat the process. You
Mm.
find out that with every passing day, you get more competent. And when you have those level of competence working out for you,
Mm.
you ultimately become confident in that one thing.
Mm. Mm. Wow. Looking at this whole situation from an African American perspective, right?
Yeah,
Especially brothers like us, sisters like us that left Africa, um, Nigeria and other places to come to
yeah.
the States, right,
Mhm.
Baba? I think it takes an extra level of struggle for them to understand how the system works out here, right? Because the where we're coming from is totally a different ball game from how things work here. So
Yeah,
if I'm new here and I'm trying to navigate this whole system,
yes,
what steps be to be an entrepreneur? All right, what are the steps do you think you could give that could serve as a guide
yeah.
to yeah to scale?
The first thing that you have to do before you even let's backtrack a little bit. So because a lot of people come to America and start asking, what do I have to do? No, you got to
Yes.
backtrack. How do you backtrack? Before you come to America, you need to study where you're going. You got to be a student of life.
Hmm.
The world is a global village right now.
Yeah.
You can tap into podcasts like this. You can listen to people who already live, people walking the walk and talking the talk. You can
Hmm.
get on YouTube and find information. Like the world has so much information. Do you know how powerful our generation is compared to the generation of the 1920s or the generation of 1800s?
It is.
Like we're one of the most powerful people. We got this. This is more powerful than the first American president. Like you can literally alter the world from this guy. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to first go study wherever you want to go to. You want to move to China? Study China. When I wanted to come back to Nigeria for a second to invest, I decided to restudy Nigeria.
Hmm.
Now, the second thing that you want to do is a total shift of mindset.
Hmm.
When you get that information, I need us to understand one thing. To make money anywhere in the world, it has nothing to do with America or anything. The first thing that you need to learn how to do is to buy information. And I pray you pay a fair price for that. Not get free information. When you pay a fair price for anything, you really apply yourself because a man's heart is where his money is. The more you pay for something, the more they got your attention and the higher the chance of you succeeding with that information. The
Hmm.
next thing that you want to invest in is access. You want to learn how to be in the rooms. The right room is all about vibing with your tribe. You have to
Access.
learn how to be wherever it is hot. Get in there.
Hmm.
Buy access because being in the right room with the right kind of people, it's different. I remember one time I lost $175,000 in an investment. Just by being in the right room, I was depressed naturally. You know, it was a lot of money for me back then. And I was just in the right room, a bunch of mentors, colleagues were all learning. And I said to them, I just lost 175,000. I can't even pay attention. You know what my mentor said? He said, you lost how much? 175,000? He said, yeah, wait. He called another guy. He said, how much did we lose last week? He didn't say last month. He said last week. I said, sir, what is this about? He said, no. How much did we lose? The guy said he lost about $2.5 million last week and was standing here. He said, dude, we've already taught you how to make money. Shut up, go back in the market and go make that money. I need that money back in 3 months. I'm like, what? But you know what it did to me was a mind shift.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to get the information being in my environment, but it's another thing to get the information being in a different environment. Because you gotta learn first. For you to become an apple tree, you first gotta be an apple. What that means is you cannot ask people for money in their pockets if you don't learn how to spend money. So you got to be somebody that pays for things first. You got to learn how to pay for information. When you pay for information and pay for access, people will take you seriously because you can ethically demand people to also pay you. For what comes around, goes around. So you want to get things for free? Okay, let's see the level of information you're going to get. And let's see the level of access you're going to get. And the last thing you need to learn how to do, I don't care if it's Africa, anywhere, the third investment, this will make you rich forever. Buy information, buy access, and buy assets. And assets is simply anything that makes you money.
Money.
Be it friends, be it family, be it a car, be it a house. If you spend your hard-earned income on it consistently, it's a liability. Be it your girlfriend, your wife, your dog, or whatever, because the same dog can dance on the streets, make you $1 every day, and you're gonna come back every day with $200. That dog is an asset and not a liability. Okay? Your girlfriend, you spend money on your girlfriend, and your girlfriend does nothing with you, do not give you strategies, or do not hold something down for you to make you go make more money, your girlfriend or your wife is a liability. If your mom sits in Africa, asks you to send money every time, and you don't tell her to package African food for you with a bunch of housemaids so you can export and sell abroad, your mom is a liability. If you live in a house that you pay $300,000 to $1 million for, and you have to work every month to pay the mortgage on that house, your house is a liability. That same house can make you money, pay for itself, you build equity and make profit off of that same house. I see a lot of people sit on assets and they go, Baba, life is hard, life is hard. No, come back and you spend this, man, and get things straight.
More. You see this thing, Baba. Oh, these things you're breaking down, eh? you don't know how I'm feeling inside. Like because I see brothers, in this country that are sitting on liabilities and make them feel like they're sitting on assets, right? I see that a lot. People live in
class mentality.
Yeah, and I think there's this societal status and expectation. I'm supposed to present myself this way. I'm supposed to live this way that has affected a lot of people, especially people from outside. And you live in a $600,000-$700,000 house.
Yes.
Right? And you're paying out of pocket. Like, he's not making any money. And it's on mortgage, and you believe your bro, liability to joke. No, it doesn't work like that, right? I'd rather go use that money to get rental properties, right?
Yeah.
And still live in an apartment.
Yeah.
So those ones can be making money for me. I think that's the normal way to think. Who am I trying to impress?
It's because you have a rich mentality. You got to understand that poor people invest their time, energy, talking about other people. That's all they talk about. They talk about other people.
Poor people talk about other people.
Middle class people talk about things. They know the new iPhone. They know the new laptop that came out. They know the new car that came out. They know the new business district or the new coffee place and all of that. So it's all about facade. It's all about packaging aura and all of that. It makes them feel good. It rubs their ego in the right place.
Yeah.
You know what rich people do? Rich people only talk about ideas and invest in ideas. That's all they care about.
All day.
That's all they care about. And rich people to be rich. You see, making $1 million is hard, but you know what's harder? Becoming what you have to become to make a
To
million
make
dollars.
$1 million. Oh God.
That's the hardest part. You're gonna lose a
Woo!
lot of friends. Entrepreneurship sounds cool, but trust me, you're gonna lose a lot of friends. You're gonna lose a lot of noise around you. You're gonna be highly focused. You're gonna be highly disciplined. You would have money that you can't spend because the money is for something else that you're saving towards to track another deal to get better. You're gonna have a goal that you're chasing half the time. You would not really care about a lot of things. And that's why for me, I think one of the best definition of success is your ability. Can I swear?
Yes, sir. All the way.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. No disrespect,
It's
but
good. I love
being
swearing.
successful is your ability to do whatever the fuck you want to do, whenever the fuck you want to do, whoever you want to do it with, wherever, and go wherever you want to go. That's what being successful is.
Yeah.
So everybody has what your reach is. As long as you can do whatever the hell you want to do, whenever you want to do it, with who you want to do it, wherever and go wherever you want to go, you're successful. So we don't need to have $300 million or $1 million in our account to be successful because we all want different things. So what is your rich life? It has to be in line with your rich life.
You know, I've been just to buttress what you said. I've been in a room one time, and the coach was like, was asking people random questions, and was like, "So you, how much you make a year?" And somebody beside me was like, about $500,000, you know, like $500,000, and is a 500. Okay, good. No, you're not doing bad, but we're about to show you how to make real money. And I'm like, where am I? I was like, Baba, I was asking myself, like, Benny, where am I? Because if $500 sounds like $500,000 sounds like we're about to show you real money, you're trying, but you're still not making shit. Like, I was like, are you serious? Okay, I think I'm in the right place. I had to sit tight and make sure I pay attention all the way because, bro, that money you think it's something, you get into some room and you feel like it's nothing. But these people are giving awards of 1 million a day.
Yes, yes.
In sales.
Yes, yes.
$1 million a day?
Yes. Yes. Listen, okay. Let me tell you this. If anybody needs a job, if you ever want to work, first and foremost, you can never make money. We're going to talk about, some lies you've been told to keep you poor. Anyways, I'm going to share that information.
Yes. I believe that's actually what this podcast should be about. Nine lies. I believe it's 9 lies you've been told.
I can share up to 13. The time permits me. I can share. I got lies that you've been told to.
Okay. Okay.
But basically, making money is a formula. It's all of those. There's always formulas to making money. It's a science. And I want everybody to know that the first lie you've been told is God loves the poor and money is the root of all evil. That's the first lie you've been told. Who started the lie? I don't know, but it's been long in existence before I was born.
Isn't that a Bible thing? Money is the root of all evil.
And money is the root of all evil.
Isn't that a Bible thing?
Yeah, it's a Bible thing, but in the same Bible, before I read that particular verse, there was a verse that says, if you serve me, I will reward you with what? Prosperity. It didn't say good health.
Yeah.
It didn't say long life.
Yeah.
It said honor thy father and thy mother so that thy days will be long in the land with the love that God has given you. But God's reward for us for serving him is to prosper, be rich, and to take dominion over and subdue everything ahead of us. Because he knows that there will be problems ahead and we have to trample above those problems. So the first lie we have been told, go look at gold in the Exodus. Let's start the Bible from the beginning.
Yeah.
Everywhere that God mentioned gold,
it's for his people.
If you got to go by the principle or the law of first mention, gold was good for man.
Yeah.
Gold was good for man.
Yeah.
God deposited gold for us. And the Holy Spirit will show you if you want to make money. So that lie that's, because you're a Christian, because you serve God, you don't need money. I don't know about that. I don't know which God you serve, because my God is not a poor God.
Mm.
And if you are the Father, like the Father, made by the Father to look like the Father, how can you have a rich father and be poor? It doesn't make sense to me.
Hmm.
It doesn't make no sense to me.
How
So
can
that
you have
life
a
for
rich
me,
father and be poor?
there's something not in alignment in the DNA. If my father has all this wealth and is the creator of all this wealth, how come I'm not creative enough to grow wealth? Like, are you sure you're of God or
Yeah,
you're of the devil?
go hard up.
So go audible, there's a problem right there. So
Yeah.
I want every believer to first understand that you need money, you should have money, and your reward for serving God is money. And it's time for us believers to have money, because evil thrive when good people stay quiet and do absolutely nothing.
Mm.
And money could add to your competence, that can lead to the confidence for you to start doing something to actually help this sick world. That's number one. Number two lie that I want to share is wealth is like a pie that diminishes. So people feel like, okay, if you have a pie, let's say you have a pizza, you slice it, you take a bite, I take a bite, another guy takes a bite. Let's say there are 10 of it, now it's only 7 left. That's not the way money works. The truth is, because we got to learn how things work. When you know the truth stays the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. That's why you want to key into the truth. Wealth is not like a pie. Wealth is a fruit. And every time you bite out of the fruit called wealth, in every fruit, what's in it?
Seeds.
When you take that seed and you plant that seed, you grow more wealth. So every time that you have information that you don't share, you build a poor community around you, and you're the only shining star. When you fall, when you drop, you have no support system. There's no we. So whatever you're making money in, I want you to understand there are over 10,000 planes in the sky right now. Everybody has passengers in them. There's so much in the world. It's too abundant. You come to America, it has the highest numbers of billionaires because they teach, because they share information. So take that pie. When you bite that money, do you know what's crazy? An average Yahoo boy that we call the devilish child, whenever he makes money, what does he do? He teaches people how to make money. Matele, ma send million. Don't blow my work. Oh, this is how you should say it to the clients. So the devil teaches his children how to share information. But we that call ourselves the IT specialists, you live amongst people. You have a job that pays you $180,000. 5 years of being in America, you're not even a surgeon. And you can't tell your fellow guy that just arrived that, listen, just stop in your track. If you know you want to start from like 80K and work your way up, this is what you should do overnight. You need only 2 months to learn this. You're going to get into the profession by the third or fourth month. And in the 6th or 7th month, you'll be walking away with nothing less than 80K. And 2 years into this job, you're working $120,000. And if you do the certification course added to it, it took me 8 years, but you can get it in 3 years. You should be getting $140,000 or $180,000. What would it cost you? The problem is we don't think about our future. 10 years from now, you don't know if it's the same guy that will borrow you $100,000 that you need, or $1 million, because you built wealth around you. Go look at billionaires; they're still friends to tomorrow. The Dangotes and the Otedolas. There's so much money in the world for us to have this grandmother mentality of let only me see it, or don't share because your enemies will pull you down. I don't know where you're from, but I'd say this, and I saw it on Tunde's page the other day, and the man just said something that really struck good with me. He said, African churches are chasing after demons, are looking for demons, but he's looking for diamond. And if your dream is so small, your village people can put it in a bottle. But when your dream is so big, it's not going to fit into a bottle. They need a whole trailer. It's a lot of work.
God damn it.
You need to pursue your dreams.
God damn it. Oh my God. Wow. Right?
I mean, I'm just at the second line, so you know what I'm about to hit you guys.
So we're going to number 3 now.
So before we get to number 3, I want to reassure everybody here that I was not born with these words in my mouth. I got to a point in my life where I realized that I need to be in the right rooms to learn the information of the top 5%. And once you learn what the top 5% of people do, like I said, the day you learn it is not the day it's going to work for you, but it's going to do something to you. It's going to change you from within, and you start applying the real things, focusing majorly on major things instead of focusing majorly on minor things. And your life will gradually change, and you can make a whole lot of money in a short period of time instead of you to spend so long trying to make a whole lot of money. It just takes a lifetime. You can make a whole lot of money in a short period of time. So there are people that, like I said, they're not ready to be entrepreneurs. It's okay, but I promise you, there are too many professions in the world, but one of the professions you want to learn that is tied to every profession is how to sell. Be a sales guy as fast as you can. There are people who have 100,000 followers on podcasts and make only $8,000 a month, and there are people that have less than 10,000 followers and make $1 million. The difference between those two guys is the value that they bring. One, which both of them could have, but another one knows how to plug it and convert it into money, while the other one does not know how to. So
Conversion. Conversion.
So it's important that people learn how to sell, because sales will do two things for you: to show you how things work, to also teach you how people think. People think it's manipulative, people think it's unethical, but trust me, if you're not selling to somebody, you're being sold to. So you will spend money regardless. So you better learn how to bring in more money, so that when the goes out, life is even, you're not angry.
Telling you, that's somebody has told me that before. He said, if you don't know how to sell, you're the product.
So
Like you're the product there. Wow.
The beautiful thing about life is we are constantly deciding. People feel like, oh, not deciding is to not decide. No, not deciding is deciding. You decided to not. So you can decide to or decide to not. But however way it is, you made a choice. You're always deciding. So I always give people the chance. You know, the first church, when they gathered together, let me just tell you this quick story. Because as speakers, you got to learn how to tell stories. And one of the best books to ever read is the Bible. The scriptures is just a powerful
It is
book.
awesome, Baba. It is awesome. I tell people like that's the most practical business book you could ever read.
You know, and when the first Christians gathered together, they said there was a huge crowd. The turnout was huge, you know. But you know what? Amongst those people, guess what happened? There were the guys that were just like, what the heck is going on here? They were doubting every word that was being said by the first Christians. Okay, you know what? It's not a problem. You know why? Because they are called the doubters. It's okay. There are people who are perplexed. Why are you worried about those people? They're called the perplexed. And there are people also that were believers. They're called the believers. So if you're a coach, you're a consultant, and you feel like, oh, I want to start a course, I want to put information out there, my conversion rate could be less than 10%. It's okay. You put the word out there, like I'm doing this podcast right now, just put it out there because I want to catch the believers. And those who are perplexed and those who still doubt, it's okay. One thing I know is you decided to be what you are. And when it's time for you to catch on the truth, you still would find me. So sales will teach you how to stop prospecting. And the right way to prospect is positioning yourself. You're findable. You have all this social content that you throw out there. There are little hooks. Even Christ said, let me make you fishers of men. He was a great salesman. When he came to an environment, he changed his language to fishing because he knew he was talking to fishermen. So Baba changed his language to a language that they can understand. He was the greatest teacher of all time. So it's okay. What I tell a lot of people is, if I can capture 1 to 10% of my audience, I have a fantastic program. I have a fantastic reward. I have a fantastic result. Nobody can help 90%. Are you telling me with all the students that go to Harvard, everybody comes out of Harvard and makes $1 million? I don't think so.
No.
You know, same information. People are just different. So let them do whatever they want to do. Okay. Well, I'm going to share the third one right now. I just want to drop that story so people understand that it's more of a mind shift. And they can position themselves for so that they can become successful within this lifetime and not in another life. Is people believe that saving is the key to becoming rich.
Oh
So,
God.
so when we make money naturally, do you know where we'll go to? The bank.
Bank to go and save it. Hey, Jesus Christ, Baba, you don't know what you're doing to me right now. Like, this morning I felt like you just came to validate everything I've learned in the last 5 years. Like, you're just knocking it one after the other, and it is insane. Like, yeah, I'm 100% get the money, put that money in your savings account, and let it sit there. You're
The
foolish.
system has, you know what's so crazy? Let me tell you what's so crazy. Isn't it crazy that you take your money, you put it in the bank turns around and give you less than 1% of your money as your interest rate, and they also give you an inflation that runs between 6 to 12% every year. So 100,000 that you put in January, by December of the same year, roughly becomes $94,000 in value. So your money is losing value just by sitting in there. And the reason why people don't understand this is they don't understand what the Bible says, which is the law of use. Whatever you don't use, you lose. People have this mentality that if I don't take a bath, let me save my energy. You're a mad fellow. You're saving your energy. Really?
Yeah.
Whatever you don't use, you lose. If you don't use the energy, you will lose the energy. If you don't use your house, you will lose the house. If you don't use your money, you will lose the money. Anything that you leave by itself does not stay the same way. It's a law. It diminishes in value and it diminishes in quality. If you don't use your communication in your relationship, you will lose the bonding. If you don't use your gola for your wife, you will lose your wife. You have to use to make. It's as simple as that. And to also prove that saving will not get you there. Do you have your calculator on you?
Yes, I do.
Let me give you this math real quick, because men and women lie, but numbers don't lie. I want to bless somebody right now that wants to raise $1 million. It looks like the $1 million is the new average, right? So I don't think it's far-fetched,
Baba,
right?
$1 million, Neil. $1 million.
Okay, awesome.
That'll
Awesome.
get you going.
Let's do this. You want to save $1 million. So whatever they're working right now, average wage is how much? Average middle class guy.
Middle class guy, between $45,000 and $60,000.
Okay, no, per
Annual.
month. No,
Okay.
I want to do per month.
Per month, let's say
$4,000
to $5,000.
Okay, awesome. This guy believes he can have $1 million by retirement. So let's do this for him. He would sincerely save $1,000 every month. Let's see how long it's going to take him to save $1 million, so he can have the.
If he saves $1,000 every month.
Yes.
And
so let's do $1 million. Let's do $1 million divided by 1,000.
Yeah, that's 1,000.
So he needs 1,000 deposits.
Yes.
So he has 12 deposits in a year. So let's divide that 1,000 by 12 to know how many years he needs.
He needs 83 years.
So let's add 83 years to his current age. How long is going to take him to get
and he's 35 now, so I'll be 118.
It's a lie that we have been told.
Oh my God.
Let's rework it. So basically, saving will never make you rich. The only thing that will make you rich is investments. Investment is the only thing that will make you rich. That's why the earlier you move away from liabilities by cutting back on your lifestyle and you start investing, because a dollar that is not moving is a dollar that is not making you money. So you got to make your money move.
A dollar that is not moving is a dollar that is not making you money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, God damn
because
it.
if you keep that dollar, you lose the dollar. It's as simple as that. Whatever you don't use, you lose. It doesn't stay the same. So if you don't use your clothes, you will lose the clothes. It's going to go bad. Leave it in the wardrobe for 5 years and say, it's so nice, I don't want to wear it. You will lose it, bro.
Hmm.
If you don't drive your car, it doesn't stay the same. You start the car after 16 years, it's going to go,
Yeah.
same car, brand new car.
Yeah.
So whatever you don't use, you lose. So to help people, let's now do another math because numbers would always say everything.
Hmm.
You have a guy that has only $1,000 because people are looking for $1 million to start investing.
Mhm.
He found a way that, okay, his family member, kind of flips money and always needs money. So he borrows a family member, for example. I'm just giving a very vague
Okay.
example, okay? And the guy makes him 5% of his money every day. Let's say the
5%
guy
of 1,000.
trades online. I give you 1,000, I only want 5%. You make whatever you want to make, I just need 5% of my money. Whether you lose or you gain, I don't care. If you make 30%, 40%, I don't care. I give you 1,000 every morning, I just need 5% of 1,000. How much are you going to make in a day? What's 5% of 1,000?
5%. That's $50.
Okay, 5 trading days times 5 days in a week.
That's 250.
Oh, 250 times 4 weeks.
That's 1,000.
Okay, you know what I just did? I took my
Just
lean $1,000 to print $1,000 in 30 days.
you just double it. 100%.
Now multiply that by 12.
That's 12,000.
So I can use only 1,000. I don't have to go through the trouble of using my money. If I can find something that can make me an average of 5% per day, even if it's transactional, that's why we need investments. You would grow your money 120% by the end of the year. Now see how fast it's going to take you to make $1 million.
$1 million.
You just change your mindset. That's why it's important to not save. Only save if you have a bigger project that you want to invest in. Save
Yeah.
for investment, but don't save
Yeah.
for rainy day. I don't
Yeah,
care about rainy day.
I think the only money you should have in your account is just an emergency fund.
I
You know?
don't even care about those. I
You
believe
don't
in
even
cash
care about
flow.
emergency funds.
Because I believe in cash flow. If I have what spits out money for me daily, because I'm in the middle of transactions, daily basis, why do I need because I will always have money in flow. Hello. Our friend Shayman has a club. His club makes him money every day. Like, he puts in money, he buys alcohol, he sells alcohol to the same people for 300%, and he gets money, comes in every day. What emergency do you need more than just grow your business to the point where your cash flow is way higher than your lifestyle?
Cash flow way higher than your lifestyle. Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Grow cash flow, you would always have emergency money. You become an apple tree. Become an apple first, somebody who pays for information, access, assets, and the assets will generate the wealth, which is the cash flow that you need. That's all. It takes time to grow. The problem with our generation is Instagram, social media. You see all of this information in 1 hour or 30 minutes, and you think it takes that long for you to do everything I'm saying. No, it takes you years, it takes you months of being highly disciplined.
Yeah, haven't I heard that the word Instagram comes from instant gratification?
Oh, that's awesome. Even if you didn't, I like it. I like it.
I was like, it looks like it.
It wasn't part of my life, but I'll make that number 4 lie. There's no instant gratification. The action and the work that you consistently put in is the only savior that is coming. Nobody is coming to save you.
Execution, implementation is the only way.
Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody. You can only save yourself. You can't change. Life is like a season. You can't change the seasons, but you can change you. Because you're not going to stop the winter. It's going to get cold at night. You're going to lose money. You will have your family members not call you anymore because they don't understand the way you move. The nights will be long. They will serve you breakfast. You can change those seasons, but you can change you, how you see it, how you come with a grateful mindset, how you keep on going regardless of what the season is. All right? So some people are going through their winter right now. It's okay. But when you leave the winter, what comes next? Spring.
The spring comes.
So you're listening to my voice right now. You're listening to this podcast right now. That is information. That's your spring. What are you doing with your opportunity?
Hmm.
The spring brings the opportunities. It brings the voices. It brings the revelation. It brings the dream. After Joseph went through winter, he had a dream. He knew he had a gift. He became a solution. Which brings me to another lie. People have been told one big lie that whenever there's a problem, there's what? Do you know the lie?
There's a solution, right?
Yes.
When there's a problem, there's a solution.
There's no solution anywhere that there's problem. That's a huge lie. There's only opportunity. You are the solution. You are the solution. So the earlier you realize that you're the solution, the better. So when you see problems, instead of running away from Niger, your money is there because you got to understand that where there's problem, there's solution. The things that you want to go build in America, only if you can do it like America or Nigerian soil, you make a lot of money. Internet is trash. You just start up an internet company that delivers optimal services, just basic. You would blow. You don't have to be the best. You just need to be perceived as the best. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So we got to understand all of these things. And the next slide I want to share is debt is dangerous. So never borrow. But I promise you guys, listen, if you want to break out of poverty real fast, you would have to borrow. When the woman in the Bible, I use the scriptures a lot, just so you guys know, the Bible is the best textbook you can ever read. It's the best sales book, the best story book. I don't care whatever you want to call it. And it would transform your life. She went to the prophet and she said, listen, I am broke. I don't know what else to do. And the prophet said, what do you have? She said, I got oil. He said, go and borrow. When you borrow, what should you do? Go sell the oil, fill up the jars again, go sell the oil, get some money. When you get that money, pay back your debts first, then use the cash flow generated, the profit that you make out of it, to eat and feed. So I need you guys to understand that the formula to get out of poverty is you must use debt to create wealth, use that wealth to pay back that debt so that you can have cash flow coming in.
Isn't it, Baba? Isn't it ironic? It's not even ironic. I think it is insane that while we are growing up, it is something they've instilled into our mind to make us feel debt is the worst thing you can ever do.
Every billionaire is a debtor. He owes a debt. For you to be super rich, you got to be comfortable with debt. The only thing you got to do to save yourself from debt is know your numbers. Can that debt create wealth that can produce income-producing assets that you can use those income-producing assets to do what? Get the money that you need, the cash flow, to pay back the debt and still make a profit. So for those of you who take mortgage because you want to live the American dream, only one house in 35 years of working, you're a mad fellow. Your mates are buying 5 houses in 5 years. All you need to do is use the same mortgage, the same credit that you have, which is a debt, to buy income-producing assets. It pays for itself. You grow equity, you make profits, and you pay them back. In 3 years, you have great credits to buy your next house. You buy your next house in 3 years. They look at both houses you're paying, you never defaulted. The reason why you find it difficult to pay back is simply because, I repeat, you are working for the house. If the house was making you money, you pay on time. You pay on time because you don't want that money to stop. So the guys who borrow you money, be it the bank, be it your guy, be it anybody, they are not your friends. They are your God on earth. If you see them as God on earth, you would pay, you would hold integrity so high. You do anything possible to pay off your debt because the faster you do that, the easier your life will become, and people will invest in you, and you can grow faster with OPM, which is other people's money.
People's
I don't
money.
care if you're in real estate or anything.
Hmm.
So the reason why your idea is dying sometimes because you're using your lean cash that you worked for to go invest in a business that you're learning. When you can have gotten your numbers right if you are using OPM, because OPM from the onstart, you don't want to lose the money, you don't want to get into trouble. So you do everything that you need to do right first. Get a consultant, get lawyers, do everything because you don't want to lose the money. But if it's your
Mm.
money, you can be careless. You jump the hoops and you lose money. So the formula is debt is not dangerous. You must use debt to create wealth. Let that wealth create the cash flow that you pay back the debt with,
Debt.
and you have enough money to keep up your lifestyle.
So the word Onigbese is not necessarily a bad thing.
You have to be Onigbese. I am Onigbese now. I'm owing money.
When you are Onigbese and you did not pay the gbese back, that is when it becomes bad.
Yes.
But the word Onigbese itself, it's a good thing because that is an access to money.
Dangote is an Onigbese.
Nigeria owes as a country.
Nigeria owes. Nigeria is owing money right now. America is owing America.
Oof. Baba,
So-
you know that somebody like me, I mean, I learn a lot. I mean, even on your page alone, I know how many things I've learned on your on your social media, on your Instagram page. You know, so I'm used to many of these things because
Yeah.
you know. But I'm wondering how my listeners are feeling right now because these are the keys, these are the basic things that can get you there. All you need to do is just pay attention, you know,
Pay attention and take action.
and take action.
And take action. Just take action. You can. There's nobody who can create believe in you. Just got to believe in yourself. It starts from the inside. You have to first see yourself as a millionaire so you can do the things that you need to do, whatever is required for you to become that millionaire. When I mean whatever is required, I don't mean taking your girlfriend for a ritual. I mean putting in the grind.
Yeah, the grind.
To become, you got to show up. You got to change your dressing. You got to change the way you speak. Because when you step into that room, there's a way they carry themselves. That's why you got to study Indians. You got to study successful moguls. You got to look at them and see how do they move? What do they say? How do they listen? You got to change who you are because it's obvious that the person that you are is not adding up to what you want. So why don't you shut up and be somebody else? You can change you. You can change you. You know? So another one I want to share is a college degree is the ultimate path to becoming a millionaire.
That table, Baba. This table, I want you to break it into pieces. This particular table.
Listen.
Are you kidding? Oh, jeez.
The colleges are set up with governments and big corporation funds to wire and program you. That's why they tell you that you're joining a program, to study a program. That word actually comes from them programming you to become a worker. And you can never grow wealth if you're working for somebody else. You might get some money, but you're not growing no wealth. You're not getting any financial freedom from doing that. It's a lie. The only thing your work should do for you is, if you're scared of borrowing, your job becomes your first business partner. So you take that money to invest in an idea, all right, it's easier so that you can grow that idea. When the idea starts making you enough money, like you're doing your podcast, you might be doing your job, you take that money, you put into your podcast. When the podcast starts making you the money that you need, because you need 2-3 years to grow the podcast, for example, go work for that. But see your job as a business partner. So when you get a job, you should not be asking the dumb question that a lot of people ask, what am I getting from this job? No, it's who are you becoming from this job? There are jobs that will change your life with the information that you get around the people that you work with. Get that job. It's really all about self-development. So you got to understand that colleges are wired to make you get a job. And if you know that a job is not the ultimate path to you becoming successful and financially free, then why should I even start a program that leads me there? except you have a clear intention. So the only time I tell people to go to school is this. If you need a job, first intention, like I said, as a business partner, to be part of a discipline and industry, understanding an industry so that you can ultimately become a solution in that industry, fine, go get a degree to give you the permission to get into that job.
Mm.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Second is, if the job will pay you just enough for you to invest on the things that you truly want to invest in, go get that job. So I'm not the guy that will tell you not to get a job, but I want you to understand that investment will get you there faster. Ideas will get you there faster. You can literally have no job. You see a solution. You take Peter and Paul. People will invest in you immediately. People love ideas that can make them money. So people need to learn value. Which takes me to the next lie. Time is money. And I tell a lot of people, have you seen two people on the same job, the same position, and one person is paid twice as much as the other person? This person is being paid $1,000 a week. The other person is being paid $2,000 a week. Same job, same position, and everything. And you know what people say? They say, maybe if I have more time. No, it's not time. Time is not money. Time, not money. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Time is more valuable than money. The only thing that you need to learn how to add to cheat time is value. Value will make you more money. The difference between both guys is the value that you provide. So if you wonder why a corporation is not increasing your money or not promoting you and all of that, like I told you initially, they control your destiny. You don't control your destiny. First. And the second reason is you don't give as much value. Because if you give enough value to that corporation and you know your worth, I promise you, you will threaten them every time and they'll keep increasing your wages because they want to keep you so bad because they know they lose you. So what is value? Value is simply helping people save time, money, or energy. If you can save people these three things, you would always get the money in their pockets. As a coach, as a mentor, as a business person, as a solutions person in the market, just think about how can I help people to come to Yankee faster in 3 weeks? My brother, I can charge right now 5 million naira in Nigeria. So price is never the issue.
Yeah. And they'll pay.
Price is never the issue. The question is how much value can I get? Because if I can save you 3 months of trying to figure it out, and in 3 weeks you're guaranteed a visa, I can charge you way more. I just saved you time. If I can also do the process for you that you don't have to show up, I just bring it to your house, I can save you energy.
You can charge more for that. Yeah.
15 million for that right now, the same product. So stop trying to be a commodity in the market space. You're replaceable. What value do you add or do you continually add to ensure that you're irreplaceable? Because they can't go next door and find anybody like you.
A great analogy about time is one coach once told me that if I give you $1 million today, right? Okay, take $1 million. You take it, right? But if I give you $1 million and I say you have to die, would you take it?
Try to kill you.
And it's just simple and it's straightforward for me to get it that okay, at any time you're at any length or level, your time it's more valuable than any amount of money.
Why you're not taking that money is because you believe that the more time that you have on earth, you have the higher chance or the probability of making more than $1 million. So why should anybody give you $1 million that you cannot enjoy, or you would have to lose your life when you know that if given more time and you improve on yourself, you might definitely make more money.
Yeah.
So time is not value, it's not equal. In fact, I can cheat time with value. I can cheat time. I know a lot of IT guys who earn the same amount of money on contracts. They realize that they can get 5 contracts. They move back to Africa, use VPN and use remote desktop, train 3 or 5 people who paid them to be trained, gave them the job, paid those guys $2,000, which amounts to 1.4 million per month, which is awesome in Africa. They do those contracts for them. They buy their time back, and they're just balling in Lagos right now. And they work for
What?
Google. Yes, because he realized that within the same time, I can increase the value that I give, and that's it. I remember when I was a producer working with Tajuni Adekwetu, and he was opening a new station, and I said I could create content for him. The same guy that was paying me to work with him became the guy that was paying me to create content. And I'm telling you, the difference was like 100 times. I was getting like 500K when I get paid, but I was doing content for like 50 million for him. Same me, same mind, same camera, same everything.
Just the value is different.
What I want to say about I can create content for you, I can produce huge content for you. I got paid more because now I was hiring the entire crew, I was hiring the actors, I was writing the scripts and coming out with the content development and all of that. So I'm saving him time, I'm saving him energy, and I can get the result, and he can replicate somebody like me. So I increase my value to make 100 times more from him. So time, time now money is very dangerous. Value now money.
Oh wow.
For the sake of time, I'm going to share one last one, because there are a lot of them. I really want
But
to.
I was actually thinking that we are going to have a part 2 of this.
Yeah.
Because we're already in over an hour already, but we need a part 2 of this because this is too much. It's too much for me to handle, even me to handle it. So you're gonna have a part 2, but let's finish this part 1 first. Yes, give me this one.
Okay. This one I'm going to give you right now is you need money to make money.
Okay.
People always believe that whenever you have anything that you're thinking, I want to get into real estate, I want to do this, I need money to make money. No, you don't need money to make money. You need ideas to make money. Your money is in the pockets of people.
You need ideas to make money.
Somebody has your money. Somebody needs something. If you can provide whatever that person needs. Let me give you an instance. I just gave you the visa example. Because I have a friend who's the consular that has promised me that wherever I bring, I have a slot, and I have 5 slots or 10 slots. I can go ahead and sell that 10 slots to somebody who needs a visa so bad for any amount. I didn't use money to get that connection. That's why I always talk about access, and I always talk about assets.
Access.
And I always talk about information. So you need ideas to make money. I didn't use money in that scenario to make any money. I just happen to know somebody because I have the access to somebody, and I can turn that access to money. So when you see people who have podcasts, for example, let me give you an instance. Let me drop this real quick. People are like, oh, I want to get into the podcast game and all that, but I can't grow my audience so fast. Because you actually think you need money to make money, or you need time to make money. No, you don't. You just need the value to make money. If you bring high valuable people, for me, I have courses that are $2,500. I have courses that are $10,000. Let me just flip this right now, okay? If you decide to say, I'm going to bring high valuable people on my podcast, even if I have only 1,000 followers at this point, my conversion rate is only 1%. 1% a month. What's 1% of 1,000?
1% of 1,000 would be 10, right? Is that 10? Yeah.
Only 10 people. 1,000. I don't have 100,000 people, but I'm so niche because the riches are in the niches. I'm so niche into what I talk about, and I bring high valuable people. I spend time to get one person to interview. The reason is I have a selfish interest. I know these people have programs that they transform lives. I know they are tested and they are trusted. I bring them on my platform. I expose them to only 1,000 audience. It's not a lot, right? Is it a lot?
No.
If 10 people buy into the program, and I turn around to give you 10 to 20% affiliate commission on each content that I sell, and 10 people buy it every month from your podcast, my program that is $2,500 you're getting how much? $500 every time someone converts. If 10 people can convert off your platform, you just made $5,000 from the same podcast because you put value in front of your audience. And if you can consistently do that every month, only one content, which is an asset, is giving you $5,000. So if you don't grow your podcast real fast, what is the quality? I said the question is, who do I need to bring on that can positively transform lives? And if my audience need this information so bad because it's so niche down and it gives them immense value, if they go out and pay for it, all I need is a trackable link. I can make up to 5,000 per content. Let's say only one person buy into my $10,000 product, and my affiliate commission to the podcaster is only 20%. You make $2,000.
$1,000 on the sale. Yeah.
You're not doing the job.
Yeah.
You didn't use money to get me, and you're making $2,000 from one sale. If you make one sale from your podcast on my channel, 12 sales in a year, you made $24,000 from one asset. Imagine having 100 episodes of high quality people. That's how you make $1 million from podcasting. That's the information that you can only get being in the room. Or else you'll be looking for click-through rates, how much YouTube is paying you. You're looking for the YouTube card and all of that. And you have now that you're not a person. You gotta learn how to sell, people. You gotta learn how to sell.
Information, access, assets. Oh God, Baba man. Ah man, this is so good. This is so good. Really good.
I'm glad you love it. And I hope that believers on your platform, if you have believers on there and not naysayers, a lot of people can make a lot of money in a short period of time.
Yeah, I have believers. But another thing I would like to say is when we're having the part 2, many of the gems you gave us today, is going to help a lot of people who are in a system or in an environment that works really well. Especially places like UK, America, where you could easily walk into a bank with good credit and get money out. For the goons where they back home, I think there's some tweak that you need to apply, right?
Yes.
For them to be able to actually have that transformation too. So I would like you to talk about that. Might not be this episode, but on our next episode, I would like us. I think those people back home, they need some gems too, because it's harder. It's like Baba, oh, man.
I just gotta give insights real quick so we can close on the insights.
Okay.
I want anybody that's living in Africa right now to understand that you only need ideas to make money and you don't need money to make money. The concepts that I
in Africa, you only need ideas to make money?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you a simple example before we close. So I'll make it real quick.
Yeah.
Every concept that I teach is straight from the Bible. It's the truth. It stays the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. It's work in Japan. It's work in America. It's work in Africa. There's no tweak to the truth. The truth stays the same. It's not diluted. It's not refined. It's the truth. As long as it's the truth. Let me explain what I mean by the truth. There's a young girl in Africa, in Nigeria to be precise. She was going through lockdown. A lot of people were going through lockdown in 2020. I saw a story. Unfortunately, I don't know her name. If you know and you know this story and this is your story, please reach out because I would love to bring you on and we can talk deeply about your story. This girl realized that a lot of boys were making money in 2020. And for some reason, everybody was saying, we're on lockdown, but where is this money coming from? And they were throwing parties for their girlfriend and all of that, parties that people cannot even go to during lockdown. What is going on? And she thought about it. She was in a broke stage. She thought about an idea. She said, you know what? It's obvious that when people make money, women make the world go around. So boys like to spend money on their girlfriends because that shows that they've arrived. And she said, okay, what if I start packaging birthdays, surprise birthdays, an idea for these rich boys, positioning, not prospecting, positioning.
Positioning, yeah.
And she said, you know what? The value that I'm creating has nothing to do with me. It has a lot to do with who they want to spend on. So she goes to the guys by changing location. For you to become a tree that gets in, you have to be planted by the riverside. You cannot be your mushy and say things like that. She moved where the money was. I said, I see you love your girl. I see what you do for your girl on social media. When is her birthday? We package surprise birthdays. So the same person gives her information about his girlfriend, her whereabouts, where she's gonna be, what she likes, what she does not like. She now does shopping and she takes 10% of the shopping list. She buys a shoe, she gets trumpet guys, they show up at work. You've seen those videos, and she puts it on Instagram. And all this guy, all she does is she takes their money, which is all 500,000 to 2.5 million that they never would have given her, but because they were giving her for their girlfriend. She gets the Chanel bag, she gets everything, she gets a bus, she gets dinner set up, everything that you can imagine, including the clothes that the girl would wear to dinner. People that will make her hair sharp if she doesn't look like she wants to go for dinner. She created something that looks magical to the guy to show his affection for his girlfriend. He saw value in it. She recognized that the money that she needs in somebody's pocket. She has integrity. The things that she promised, she went through with it. She planned for it. And she's making 250,000 per gig, 50,000 per gig, 30,000 per gig, because she has a contract agreement. Whatever you buy for your girlfriend, whatever you put in the list, I am taking 10%. She plans this little event that only lasts about 2-3 hours with a bunch of trumpeters saying, the trumpet guys cost less than 5,000 or 15K. She made it have more value because she added an emotion to it. She told a story from it. The same trumpet guys became an 80K bill. Value. When you have ideas, it doesn't matter where you live, you would always make money.
Awesome.
You always make money. I'm going to give examples and examples.
If you have an idea, it doesn't matter where you live, you can convert it to money. That's where I'm leaving it for tonight. Awesome. Baba, okay, let's give them your social media handle so they can follow. I know he's Ike Okogu on Instagram. What about the other platforms? Everything
it's
all true.
On majority of the platforms, like most platforms, whether it's Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. What's the last one? Twitter, I guess.
Yes, Snapchat and every day. Yeah.
They're all Ikokogo. I try to buy Ikokogo and grab it as fast as I can whenever a new platform comes out.
But where can they have access to your coaching classes?
Oh man, I could give you a link to it. I'm dropping a challenge, and the challenge, I'm actually teaching people 4 moves that you can make to skyrocket your income right now over 120%. 4 moves. As long as you have a business, I'll teach you how to create 4 types of offer. You stack them up right now. You don't have to change whatever you sell. Whatever you sell, like I said, it works. I'll put a link to it. Join in. Take advantage of the what they call it. They should take advantage of the VIP and there's a section. I got general admission. I got the VIP, and I got the last one, platinum. If they join the platform, that's going to be a Zoom call where they can ask me specific questions that tie to their situation, and I can talk to them. So I'm not just talking vaguely; I'm talking to your situation.
And they can get the link. They can get the link to the challenge from your bio.
No, they can get a link from the challenge from my bio, and they can also get it on your platform, because I want to do something. I want to do something. I got to give back. Because anybody who signed up,
you guys, you see, the talk say Jahbless when they give an updates, they get updates now.
So they get giving an update. I suppose they update Jahbless. Effortless. You say that in the comments, Baba people buy. You know, if you log in, make you see and say, wow, my station no bad. They actually convert because they also add to his competence also.
Yeah. Okay. So
this will work anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world.
Okay.
My program is for anybody, anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. But they should take advantage of the platinum or the VIP, because that's where I really talk to them for the whole hour. It's the same program that I charged $25,000 for. I'm giving it
Oh,
for
and how much is it going this? How much is it going for this time?
$97 for the
97.
general admission, $297 for VIP. They can watch me for 2 hours and listen to other people ask me questions. But the main guys that I really want to meet are the platinum guys, because those platinum guys, I can talk to them one-on-one and hold them by the hands in 5 days and show them how to create these 4 offers they can apply immediately during the challenge and skyrocket their income.
Baba, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time. I appreciate all the knowledge. King Solomon of our time, I greet you. Thank you so much. Healthy. No, Allah. Yeah, I will talk to you after the whole podcast so I can get all the links so I can put it up when we are posting this. Thank you for all the gems and hope to talk to you later.
Thank you so much. And God
thank you
bless
guys. I hope you enjoy. Yeah. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Babani, yeah.
Listen, money is like women. Women are good.
Money is like women.
Women are good, but the love of women is what's dangerous. Money is great, but the love of money is what is self-destructive. The man just said something that really struck good with me. He said, African churches are chasing after demons, are looking for demons, but he's looking for diamonds. And if your dream is so small, your village people can put it in a bottle. But when your dream is so big, it's not going to fit into a bottle. They need a whole trailer. People believe that saving is the key to becoming rich.
Oh, God!
So when we make money naturally, do you know where we'll go to? The bank.
Bank. To God save it. But I'm wondering how my listeners are feeling right now, because these are the keys, these are the basic things that can get you there. All you need to do is just pay attention. You know?
Pay attention and take action.
My name is Jahbless.